What is up, guys, and welcome to VisualWood.
Welcome. Hey, Matt, how's it going?
It has been a very gamey week for me.
Gamey? What,
Gamey.
like meat, right?
Yeah. Gamey, yeah.
What does that mean when you have gamey meat, by the way? Gamey meat.
I'm thinking about it now. I'm trying to figure out, is it like a little chewy-ish? Is that what
I
it
like,
is?
this is what Google says. I like the gamey taste of venison.
Teased.
Having the flavor or odor of game or other meat kept uncooked until slightly tainted. It was edible but slightly gamey. Well, there you go. There, that's gamey. Who thought they were going to learn that in the first two? What's going on with the cake in the background? What's going on?
I decided just to leave it up there, since we talk about food so much,
Wait, no, I haven't. No, it's not your birthday. I haven't missed anyone's birthday, have I?
I can't believe you forgot. I can't
Have
see.
I?
I can't believe you forgot.
No.
I'm just messing with you.
Yeah, it's in the middle of the year, isn't it?
Wow.
Isn't
Maybe.
it? When's my birthday?
Oh, you know what? You're right. I feel
Isn't
like
it
yours is
somewhere around
at
like
the
June?
end of the year. I feel like yours.
Wow, really? You think mine's at the end of the year? That's crazy. When is yours? I'll
it?
tell you when. I'm guessing at
No.
yours is around June or July, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Do you know when guess again when mine is?
My gosh, I had it too, and then I feel like things get deleted because I learned about someone else's birthday on November 5th and 7th. Right.
Yeah.
Two new people I have on my team for media, and now I can't remember yours. I feel like for some reason I always go to October, but I know it's not October. It has to be
October. Really now?
You make it sound like it's in the beginning of the week. I mean the beginning of the months. Beginning of the year.
Beginning of the year. Was my birthday this week? Is that why you've got cake up?
No. It has to be in the middle.
This is great.
All right, go
for,
ahead. What is your birthday? What
for
is
once, you're the bad friend.
it's definitely at the beginning of the year. It's in the first. Can't be March.
Is it in March?
No, April.
Is it that? Is it as late as that?
Is it? It has to be February or April.
Are you Googling right now? Are you like trying to figure out?
My hands are in the air. My hands are in the air. With a little lens flare in the background there. You see that? Oh, that's pretty cool. Lens flare. I love that. In the back. All right. All right. I know for a fact it's the beginning of the year. What is it?
You guess first. You guess the end of the year. Then you guess the.
No, but I know for a fact it's the beginning of the year. I know for a fact.
Not really. I wouldn't say it's the beginning of the year.
April.
It's not April. No.
May.
It's May. Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
Right at the end of May too.
I was about to say 15th. All right, May. So yeah, you're right next to me. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we're pretty close. We're pretty close. Are you a Gemini?
Yeah.
Hell yeah! Geminis.
We had a whole conversation about this on Skype the other time. That's how bad this is. Oh my gosh. I remember that conversation too.
Wow.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
Sorry, look, we're mutually bad friends. It's okay.
Yeah.
It works.
Oh, no. Don't put me down to your level now.
What?
Don't let me put down to your level now. All right. Anyways, what is up, guys?
You even know my birthday.
What? And welcome to VisualWood. Today we have a jam-packed action show for you today.
Do we? Dude,
I gotta look at the doc.
This is one of the first weeks I don't think you actually did anything on the doc.
I know. I haven't watched anything. All I've done is play Undertale, finish up the Metal Gear
Okay. Yeah, you got
2
some stories
video, which is ridiculous. So Konami copyrighted it, the first video I put up, right, for the Metal Gear review, and like I spent the last month on this video, right, while doing other projects, obviously on the channel.
Anyone who listened to the previous 2 pods would have heard you talking quite a lot about that exact.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot, and you could see in that one, like with the final one, obviously. You see like all the craziness. I did all the After Effects, just tons and tons of to make the experience better, I guess. I mean, obviously, at the end of the day, no one really cares that I put a bunch of special effects and make everything very, very visually appealing.
Oh, they do.
To the
They're in the comments.
No. I mean, like in the like
the
when you see the
world.
bigger guys on YouTube, no one really cares. Like they're okay with a little cam in the corner and just gameplay, right? At the end of the day. So more, I'm doing it for me because I just love it. I absolutely love the way it came out with doing all this like learning how to motion track certain items on the screen and color correcting, color grading, all this type of stuff, adding so many like different things to make it like really cool to look at, like animating a Kojima on a train and stuff, which is like what I put on Twitter. It's like, cause all right, this is what happened. I put out the video
Okay.
and Konami, which I keep spelling Kumani over and over again. I never realized that until someone pointed it out.
Wait, what? You were doing what wrong?
I spelled Konami wrong.
You
Obviously,
swapped
I
the
know
N
how to
and the
say
N.
Konami, but I swapped the M and the N, and no one noticed but one person. This
Really?
whole time, like, I never knew. Like, maybe people thought it was a joke. I mean, it could be at this point. But all right, so
It's like the VisualWood typo that is still there on the page, and then like every now and then it's like, oh yeah, yeah.
right, no, and that was Chad. That was Chad, though. Yeah, it's funny. Do you have those moments where you just like, kind of just your brain just kind of farts? I feel like I have that too often.
I've never had that. No, never.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're perfect. I
Pretty
totally
much
forgot
got a
about that.
perfect brain.
Right. Everyone's perfect.
Yeah, no, yeah. I've had times where I forgot how to spell like and, you know, like the most basic words out there, and you're like, what? Hold on, how? Like, does and have a Y in it? Why doesn't that look right? Why? And then yeah, it eventually comes back.
Right, dude. Like
Kamani, yeah, it looks super similar though, actually, to see it typed out.
Yeah, Kumani. All right. So they copyrighted it, so I had to take it down because the video was supposed to be up Sunday morning, and I was rendering it in 4K because 4K you can see like every detail, like it's actually how I watch it on my computer, because you know how YouTube tends to compress everything, and
Even without a 4K screen.
exactly, yeah, even without a 4K stream, it just looks better because the bit rate goes up as you go up in resolution on YouTube. So it allows it to kind of loosen up the compression gods, you know, the pressure of their feet on your throat. But this, it takes a while. It takes a while for it to process. Uploading and rendering is fine, right? It takes an extra like maybe 10, 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, depending on what it is. If I'm rendering it on 60 FPS or whatever, I'm okay with that. But YouTube takes a long time to process. So,
yeah. So what do you hold it unlisted until it's full?
I just leave it alone. I just don't even save changes.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't even save changes, because you save changes once, it automatically goes up. But if you don't save changes at all, then anyways, this is stuff that people don't care about. Anyway, all right. So I re-edited it, so I had to take out some music and like just different things, and especially
so what was
clip.
It? They claimed on a clip of a movie. You said, right, to me on Skype.
One of the claims were Guillermo del Toro said like something about Hajima, right, with them working together and how they met and everything, and I had a clip of that in there, and no matter what I did, I couldn't include that clip.
You got to give it the Simpsons treatment of reverse it and make it picture in picture smaller, and then also adjust the color balance of it. So, you know, change your skin color or something. Then it will go through.
I mean, I did what I did. What I did was I color corrected it. I put it inside of like a frame thing and everything, and it still didn't work. Like they captured it every single time, like the exact numbers.
Was it on the video portion that they were doing it, or was it the audio of the interview that they were
both audio and visual? Yeah.
Oh, then you had to chipmunk him as well, then. Bro.
Yeah, and that would defeat the purpose. So I had to remove that, and I had to remove some of the music. So I had to find other music that was, I guess, the same kind. Because if people don't know, I master the videos. The reason what I go through like the whole soundtrack, because I master it according to what I'm talking about. And I want you to feel a certain way while it's going through. So I have upbeat music or sad music or tense music. So I'll keep mastering it depending on, hopefully the game's soundtrack is very moldable. And of course, Metal Gear 2 soundtrack is phenomenal. So I was able to use a lot of that. But
Okay.
yeah, but I switched it up, and then I ended up rendering it without half the effects.
Yeah.
So I had to redo it. So it ended up coming out Tuesday morning. So that was my hell. Yeah.
I knew you had the copyright issue. By the way, as well, on the copyright thing, I was surprised you got a big reaction out of people on Twitter. Like that tweet really did some rounds, to be honest.
It's probably because it got tweeted out by Super Bunny Hop, which is the original guy that got copyright striked from Konami.
Oh, okay. So he had a similar thing.
So yeah, so most of the people on there, of course, they're gonna retweet it because they remember that whole thing that happened. And blah blah.
Because I was like, damn, people do not like.
Yeah, they do not.
Companies
no one likes Konami anymore. They have messed up. They have messed up pretty badly. I don't know. I don't like. It's a little bit more hate. I would say, than EA or
so
Activision.
Do you think if this happened with a different game, let's say Super Bunny Hop still tweeted it out, do you think it would have gone as spread as it did, as many favorites as it did, or do you think it would have been more ignored?
What are you talking about? Different game?
If your review if it's still been copyright struck and all that stuff, but instead it had been on a different game, your review had been on a different game, and it was a different company.
Different company. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. Probably not. Actually, no. No, it's just Konami. It's Konami that brought everyone to retweet. And
so people are hyper ready to get it. But yeah, I knew you had the copyright issue, and when I finally got to watching the video, all the comments were like, "Oh, I'm glad you re-uploaded it with the effects." I was like, "Wait, hold on, that's not why it was taken down." So both happened, really?
Yeah. Yeah. So there's no way I spent I spent a lot of time on certain sections, and there's no way them not being in a video in the end result would be fine.
Just mean you'd wait.
Yeah, I was okay with everyone's likes and all the people who have watched it already. Within that hour that I put it up, I was okay with just resetting it. If people didn't rewatch the video, then that's fine. I'm totally fine with that. Because at the end, and I want people to experience it the way it's supposed to be experienced. Yeah. So yeah. So there we go. That is my craziness. So what have you been playing? What have you been playing?
All right. Well, same as always, Guild Wars 2, ORAS. That's basically my jam. But also,
I thought you said you play 30 minutes a day or 30 minutes a week. What was that whole joke?
Well, because I barely have been playing it, right? So someone tweeted Matt and I and said, "Hey, you guys, I've been listening to too much. You convinced me. I've got a DS." And I was like, "Oh, don't buy a DS off of my." Basically, was my thinking. Don't buy because of me. I've barely been playing it. I want to play a lot more ORAS, but I haven't been able to. There's another game that I started playing a little that's born out of the greatest thing that ever happened. All right.
Okay.
So since Black Friday, all right, saw an amazing deal on a little monitor. Maybe a couple of you guys know about this. Maybe you've heard about this at some point in the past couple of months. They wouldn't deliver. I got into a huge slap fight on Amazon. They forced a refund on me. I couldn't really do anything. In the end, I basically just did the equivalent of sticking my two fingers up. Waited. I watched for about a week or two for on just Google Shopping. Literally typed the monitor into Google Shopping and saw what came up. And I actually found one that was 30 quid cheaper than what I'd originally bought it for on Amazon. I was like, going for it. That was about a month ago. Guess what happened 4 days ago?
What?
My monitor came. It actually came. Oh, wait. 3 days ago. It actually came. I cannot tell you, dude.
So wait a minute. Did they take the money out of your account?
Yeah, well, I bought it from a new group of people. Yeah, they took the money out of the account, then they forced a refund on me, and now just basically screw the Amazon guys, ignore them. And then I bought it from a website that was kind of questionable. And actually, when they sent me a confirmation email about the monitor, it was appearing in my spam. Oh no, that was Vegas. That was when I bought Vegas. Anyway, it finally came. I'll tell you, I'm happy that this thing's here, purely so that I don't have to wake up every single morning scared that I've missed a delivery and I'm gonna have to go to the post office to pick something up or whatever. Which is what I had to do for Vegas in the end, by the way, when it actually arrived. But just that stress alone, that imagine waking up every morning feeling like it's Christmas, right? Feeling like, oh, it can finally be here. And every single day being consistently disappointed for months on end. What is that, like 4 months now? I'm
Oh
just
my
happy that's
gosh.
over, dude. This monitor could have been like had the crazy amounts of dead pixels, horrendous backlight bleed, nothing worth the price, and I would still be happy with the purchase just to be done with it. But it's pretty interesting, dude. So ask me a question about what you want to hear about with the monitor, because it's both 1440p and 165 hertz.
All right, we talked about before about
You've experienced both of these, right?
yeah, well, yeah, I have. So, how do you like the 144 hertz? How do you like it?
At first, it like hurt my eyes. This is basic. So for people that don't know, Matt had this before. He's checked one of these monitors out. You returned it, right? Or you borrowed it from a friend and you gave it back to your friend. This was around summer of last year. And what Matt explained to all of us at this time, I'd never experienced it. Was that it was nice, but like it put eye strain on you, right? Didn't you say it made you feel a little bit sick as well?
Yeah,
maybe?
yeah, for a bit, yeah.
Yeah, I had that too, dude. I had that too. So the idea, guys, is you're probably playing on 60 hertz. You've probably only ever experienced a game as high as 60 frames a second. This is over double that. And it just makes things look a lot smoother. It helps you a lot in fast-paced Twitch shooter-style games or anything that you want to be really quick with.
The Counter-Strike community loves this. CRTs or 144 hertz.
Yeah, both. You want a really fast, refreshing monitor, so you get a lot more frames. You can see what's going on quicker. But also, you want low delay or low input lag on it. So, and that's measured in milliseconds. So this is also a 1ms monitor, which means the instant I touch that mouse, unless the mouse hardware itself has delay on it and stuff, it's responding very, very quickly. It's getting to my eyes as fast as possible. And people who are hyper competitive, which isn't me, I'm just gonna say, will enjoy it a lot. I am liking it, dude. Well, after I got rid of the eye strain, it only lasted about 6 to 7 hours, I guess, of looking at it. And then after that, it just looks so smooth. And it's crazy when I look back at my other monitor now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this can't be right. This can't. There's something's lying to me right now, because this 60 FPS doesn't look that good.
It doesn't.
And I promise you guys, I'm not a snob, right? I really don't care that much. All right, I wish I could sit there and be like, oh, I'm a hyper nerd. This stuff's super important to me. I've always believed myself to be someone that could get away with 60 FPS, right? I would guess a lot of people listening right now are in that camp. But I'm telling you, after doing the 144, right now I have that on my other monitor. I got a 60 hertz one. And I'm moving like a Skype window around on it, and it just doesn't look good.
It doesn't. So your eyes get really used to it. So
like,
if you go back to 60, which I have, your eyes get used to it, and you don't really see a problem. But you know, getting that 144 hertz, if you play a lot of like FPSs, which I don't really do at the moment, it's like ridiculously different. Yeah. Like you're gonna notice the difference because your eyes tend to just get used to fast motion because you actually can see it moving. It's a lot smoother.
It is ridiculous. Once you've experienced it, anybody, if I ever see a quote from someone saying, "Oh, you can't see higher anyway," I'm gonna be like, dude.
I think that's old. That's something really old. There's no way people still say something so outrageous as that. They can't be, right?
Maybe not in the gaming community, and maybe not in the kind of circles that I associate with people. But I can imagine some,
people still say that there's no difference. That's more cinematic.
I just can't believe it, dude. I can't believe it. But here's all right. So that's the one half of it, the 144. What have I actually played that takes a lot of advantage of it? Not very much. I've been playing a game, Dying Light, which I'll talk about in a bit. I've been playing a little bit more of, and I can't even cap that amount of frames. Here's the funny thing, right? It's both something really nice, but it's also kind of annoying in a lot of ways as well. Because I'm used to being able to just max my games out, right? You're like, all right, there you go, hit 60 FPS, cool. I don't have to worry about it. There you go, I'm at 60 or 61, right? Like, and you're done. But now I've got to get like over double that to feel that really comfortable. Yeah, I'm maxed out, and now I'm always thinking about my frames. I'm like, how much lower than 144 am I right now? How much lower am I? And it's like, oh, I just need to get over it. But it's
you should, because like at the end of the day, it doesn't really it doesn't matter. as long as it's over 60, it looks really nice. Like if you get at least like 90 or something like that, even 80, I think is like real nice. Like to see that a little bit over that, you can see that nice smoothness going on.
That's what Linus Tech Tips was saying, right? He was saying he couldn't really see too incredible difference after, I think it was 90, but he said the jump to 90 is massive. But it's got G-Sync as well, so this is like...
oh, gosh.
You're either going to see...
You're good, then.
Yeah, you're either going to see a G-Sync or FreeSync. Most people will be running these in the future.
FreeSync is a lot cheaper, so...
Yeah, FreeSync already, you're seeing a lot more of around the place. G-Sync is NVIDIA only, and it's basically an alternative to VSync. That means you never get screen tearing, and it basically becomes unnoticeable when your frames dip. Like you could have a fluctuation of 40 frames and you probably don't notice it, which is crazy, but like it just does things on the fly. It's really nice. I've taken to playing games again in just pure full screen now just to enjoy them. So that's the one half of it. The main place, right? Don't judge me, Matt. All right, I like Guild Wars 2. In friggin' Dragon Ball, which is the current festival in the game.
Okay.
There's a little arena. Remember we did the 1v1 last year, I think. That damn arena, I get to cap the FPS. It's the only place in Guild Wars 2 I can do it because the game is so shoddily like optimized. That's the only place I can do it. Oh, and it's like a fast-paced arena style. Like, oh my god, it's so fun. It like works perfectly. I'm like, oh yes, this is great. Very cool. And the other thing is it's also 1440p. So it's a step up from 1080. It's technically 2K resolution, so it's half of 4K. And that's an improvement too, and it's nice. It definitely is nice. This monitor is a lot smaller than the old TV I used to use as well now. So I find I'm sitting really close to it. I don't actually know how bad but there's so much detail there. I want to get really, really, really close to the monitor because I'm like, I know there's detail there and I can't see it. I'm like, oh, that texture looks great, and it's got all this crispness to it. But I've got to get my head right close to the monitor to really be able to extract and identify all that detail from it. So I think definitely if you go up to 1440p, make sure you get at least a 29-inch monitor, guys. At least a 29-inch monitor.
I've been dreaming of the what is it? It was a 34-inch ultra wide by LG.
All right. Okay.
There's another one that Linus reviewed, and it's like he says it's like the perfect amount of inches for the amount of space that you have. And I just, oh my God. And I saw it at one of the stores I go to. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I need this in my life. Like, I can't imagine how Adobe is for you right now. Editing, just being productive with more space.
Right, so I will say this, all right? Okay?
All right.
The other thing about the other cool thing about the monitor, in addition to the 1440p, is it's an IPS panel. This is my first IPS panel. It's got really good color reproduction. It's actually crazy to see the colors. It looks so vibrant. It looks so nice. Like just for example, for people in GW2, the difference between the golden text on rares versus the kind of orangey text on exotics is huge, and it's so pretty, and it's like a rainbow. And the lava in the video that Matt's playing at the moment, it looks amazing. It's all very, very, very nice. But if it wasn't for editing and my job, I really don't think this would be worth the money for most people. Yeah. I really, really, really don't.
You're talking about the 144. I mean, I'm
talking about all of it. All of it purely from a gaming perspective. If anyone considers themselves to be remotely like me, of my sensibilities or my enthusiasm for gaming,
the hertz as well.
Yeah, everything all combined.
No, you don't play enough FPS games to say that.
All combined, I don't think that. Well, I would probably pay £300 to £400 for this experience of this monitor. I think it's fantastic. I'm having a lot of fun of it. It's really, really cool. But I think that's the price point for it for me. And I got it on an insane deal, and I still wasn't in that price range. So I do think it was a little bit pricey for what I ended up getting for it.
Okay, you're talking about the price, but you could get a 144 hertz monitor for ultra cheap, and that's what people use for the FPS. And it's absolutely worth it from that price. Like you get it for like $200. Like it's that easy. But you're not going to get the bells and whistles. You're not going to get the G-Sync. You're not going to get any of that stuff. You got to wait a little bit longer for it to be like, consumer priced. Then you'd be good. Yeah.
What people will tell you, like, honestly, the main thing right now is, okay, what do you want? Do you want really high resolution, nice IPS display, and so on? Do you want it to look pretty, or do you want the fast refresh rates? And I know it's, and there are like 3 things on the market that, and I've got one of them that are like, hey, yeah, screw the rules, just get it all at once for a crazy premium. I would say resist that urge, like just you know, because you can. These are far more affordable if you just go for the one or the other, and you're probably going to be in a much better situation. But yeah, it's fantastic, dude, and specifically with editing, for me, it's amazing. I can't even. My editing software looks so good, and it's all legit now, and it's all been properly bought. And yeah, I spent another 4 or 5 hours looking into streamlining stuff again.
Oh my gosh.
Well, because I got so much more screen space now, so I can do all this cool stuff. I've got all these little things that I can. Oh, dude, I cannot say this is how. Nobody's going to care about this. Maybe you will care a little, Matt. In about 3 clicks, I can get any image perfectly cropped, perfectly sized, or GIF animate, which I can use a GIF for basically as a moving image in the editing software. In about 3 clicks, I can have any image of anything I damn well want in there on the timeline with correct transitions to push it on, with an automatic way of cropping it to, you know, fill the screen properly and whatever, like just straight up. And that means so much to me. That's so good. Like, and it's all been come out of the monitor basically.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, there you go. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait until I get everything I want in one monitor, and it's gonna be like cheaper than what it is. Because what I want is like $1,000, and there's no way, unless I'm Markiplier, who gets a $500,000 check every month.
I will.
It makes me feel so gross inside.
Do you want to talk about that? That's great.
No, let's not talk about that. I feel so icky just even thinking about how much he gets paid.
Do you want to tell people the general story though? We don't have to fixate on his.
Well, yeah. Sure. Well, basically, someone hacked his YouTube and took a picture of his dashboard. His dashboard shows his views, his how much he makes, like a ballpark, not necessarily the exact money he makes, but just a ballpark of how much he makes and comments and stuff like that. But yeah, and it got posted and on the hacker's Twitter, I guess. And it was ridiculous. It was 600 and something $100,000.
That's not views, guys.
Dollars. He has I think over 180 million views a month. So that's the amount of money that those guys make, and that's why you see them in crazy huge houses. And
do you know what gets to me though?
Captain Sparkles bought $1 million mansion because that's like 2 months pay, you know? That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's it. You good. You paid it off. You're already good to go.
What kind of upsets me, all right, and I vowed to not become this. I really, really don't want to become this. What kind of gets to me is these are just normal guys that play video games. They strike it off lucky, right? Or they've got something, they fill some niche, and then you know, these things they blow up, right? And people are so cagey and shady about how much they earn. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, I'm well off. Don't worry about me. I'm well off. I'm good enough. I'm all right." Like, but they'll never be blunt about it. And when you're talking about such insane numbers, it kind of makes me a little bit sad that everyone seems to get so deceitful as soon as it becomes around money. Like because I know no example of a big YouTuber that suddenly had all this money thrown at them. They were like, "Yeah, honestly, look, I'm rolling in it. I'm rolling in it."
Well, because the thing is, people are really quick to get jealous. People are really, really quick to be envious of people, and they live in a world where their audience pays them by watching, and if their audience feels a certain type of way, they can lose that, and they won't be getting those checks every month because, like, the audience is like, no, I'm paying this guy millions of dollars. That's the way they think. You know, and it's not everyone, obviously, but
do you think it's okay then to be cagey about your earnings?
Yeah,
and I say that as this is
unless
a British
it's like
person.
Patreon. I mean, it's on there. Like, you're supporting the guy, and hopefully he's creating the content that you want. And and there's a lot of people like big guys like Freddie Wong. No, not Freddie Wong. Freddie Wong does he does the other one. Corridor Digital does that. You know, and they do like the whole crazy special effects stuff, you know, and they get paid like thousands of dollars a month.
But then they're reinvesting a lot of that in.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They also get paid from YouTube as well. Well, the ads, should I say? I shouldn't say YouTube, or the big deals that they have with gaming companies, because that's the way they pay their bills. I mean, it takes a long time to do those videos. Not to say that I wouldn't. The difference between how much money they're making, how much money like the other big guys are making, like Markiplier and stuff, is drastically different. Those guys are not earning as much money as people think they're earning, because they have one video that's like, 10 million views. It doesn't change anything. That's just one video, when all the other guys who are doing, like, even people who are smaller than the big guys of like Markiplier Markiplier and stuff like that, they're doing videos every single day and they're getting like maybe 100,000 or something like that. Those guys are making way more money than Corridor Digital, which Corridor Digital is probably one of the biggest, special effects people, and it's crazy. But yeah,
see, the only thing that gets to me about the whole, I can see the perks of being cagey about your earnings or whatever. The only thing that kind of gets to me with it, though, is you do see these huge personalities, these people who are clearly rolling in it, clearly sorted for many, many, many years of their lives from this point on, right? Many years. And, they'll do like, I personally don't care if someone does a sellouty video, right? If someone does a video that's like, hey guys, I was asked by this company to talk about this mobile game. I've never played it before, but let's do it, right? I actually don't care. I just wouldn't watch the video. I wouldn't dislike it. I wouldn't hate on it. I wouldn't lose respect for the person doing it or anything. I'd just move on. But what kind of annoys me when people get in those situations is you get the people who do hate on it, but then you get the others in chat who are like, they're just trying to earn something for themselves. They're just trying to survive. It's a dog-eat-dog world. It's hard to get by. They got to do this to earn their money. You're like, mate, you do not need to say that. Do you have any idea? Like, look, it's okay that they're doing it because they want to get more money, but let's not butter it up, all right? They're not doing it to survive. Right. They're not paycheck
we're
away
going
from
down
getting
a
booted out.
slippery slope here. Let's.
That's the bit that annoys me. Anyway, yeah. There you go.
I played Undertale and The Witness this week.
I want you to tell me everything about this game, because every time I hear about it, it sounds complicated and crazy, but everyone loves it for some reason.
Which one?
So. Undertale.
Undertale is not complicated.
But it's got loads of endings and stuff, and there's a pacifist run, and there's like...
This game... all right, I beat it. Like, I actually beat it. All right? I played it twice and made it run through twice and went through everything. I think you absolutely have to play this game twice. Now, I was thinking of doing a review on it, but I feel like everything that makes this game good, like, I don't think I'll be adding anything to the conversation without spoiling everything.
Oh.
So I don't know. Maybe I'll find a way to say what I want to say about it without spoiling. But this game is great. Absolutely great. It's unique. Like, I came from playing Metal Gear 2 to this, and what a worthy, like, other game to play right after a good game. Like, it's just really, really creative, I have to say. Like, in the combat system and stuff. Oh my gosh.
What is the premise of it? What genre is it? What is it?
People compare it to Earthbound,
whenever I see clips of it, it looks like a JRPG, and then it looks like a completely different game. Is that like the gimmick? Is that the thing to it, that it's got like very wild variances in its gameplay, or have I just seen?
No, it's a straightforward thing, but I think it's good to leave it that way. So you play it and you kind of understand. You get it once you jump in there. There's a certain person when you get out. Once you get out, you kind of understand why people like the game. But then after you beat it again, then you really understand why people like this game. It's all story-based. I would say the story is strong. Okay. And the gameplay, there's a combat system that's very unique. And it doesn't change or anything like that when it comes down to, like, all of a sudden you're a platformer and stuff like that. Well, that in itself is kind of a spoiler, but yeah, it's unique, and that's it. I'm being vague. Whatever. The Witness. This game I'm gonna talk about because this game is garbage. This game is absolutely garbage. Forget Jonathan Blow. Oh, I made brain. No, this game sucks. Okay, it doesn't deserve 10. No, okay, it doesn't suck, but it makes me very angry.
Why? I think this looked like a disaster from a long way away, wasn't it? How long was it
It's
in
not a
development?
disaster for sure, but I I gotta see what people are. I've been
Throw
hearing.
us up a trailer. Throw us up a trailer.
Yeah,
On stream.
I'm gonna throw up a quick look.
I
Here or
used to like.
something.
I like my last thing I saw of this was a long screenshot that was released, which was basically a trailer for the game. It was just like footage of just panning along a shoreline. That was what it was called. A long screenshot is what it was. Well, let's watch the IGN review. That looks awesome.
No, let's
No, not Giant Bomb. Those guys are so much worse than IGN.
Are you just randomly saying that?
Yeah, no. I said it to troll because it's.
Okay. Okay. I'm about to say there's a lot of faithful guys out there. You might want to be careful.
Yeah.
Okay, so okay,
Over
90. It has a
500
90.
puzzles.
It has a 90, and you can see as the user score right here, a 6.5, which really says a lot about this game. Okay.
Really?
Oh, because he did Braid, it does not mean the next game should be reviewed higher just because.
Sometimes people get torn apart though for a sequel when they came out of a masterpiece.
I never finished Braid, so maybe I'm biased in that way. I don't think I am, to be honest, because I did not like Braid. I just didn't care to finish it. And it was during like way back before I started YouTube, or no, not way back before I started YouTube, but like way back when I got like before I got serious about like kind of like how you review games and kind of understanding the underlying and stuff like that. So I should probably go back and play that for real. But The Witness, I like it. I'm almost done with it, but I also been through hell. Okay, he does not explain these puzzles. Like in the beginning, I mean, there's some of the most unique puzzles I have ever seen. I mean, this little clip you see in the background is just the beginning area. Like it is ridiculous how unique these puzzles are, and they keep changing.
Okay.
Then it starts to get really ridiculous. I mean,
What, hard? You don't want to say that because then people are going to be like, "Oh, you just didn't like it because you weren't good at it."
No. It's not that. It's not that.
Okay.
No, it's definitely hard, obviously, but it's hard in a way that it's because you don't understand what the puzzle's trying to say. Once you understand it, it becomes a lot easier, and then it's hard to figure out, but you're in that nice
Sweet spot
where you're like, okay, I can get this eventually. I know what needs to be done, so I have to figure out a way to do it. There's a difference there. Him explaining it is pretty.
Oh, this looks beautiful, Matt. I want to play this.
It's good. It's a good game to test your manhood. You know, put some hairs on your chest. You know what I'm saying?
With all those flowers there, yeah.
Yeah. I definitely don't see. Like, I'm almost done. Like, I have a bunch of the lasers. If you guys have played it, I have, like, most of the lasers pointing. I'm at the second to last laser. So I'm in there. I'm deep inside this game. And I've been through some secrets as well. Like, there's some, because he has a bunch of, like, sound recordings spread out through the game in hidden spots. And definitely some hidden doors that reveal hidden like things you have to remember, which I take a picture of with my camera phone, that reveals another hidden spot that you have to put in another things that you have to search around the island to find, and it shows like, well, that's kind of spoilerish, but it shows stuff, like secret stuff, and people who actually got into the Witness will know what I'm talking about if you found it. But if you want some more secrets other than the random there's multiple secrets on top of secrets. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, but this is not all the game has to offer. And I think I can see that he's trying to like. I feel like most people are not going to want to finish this game because the way he designed it. Yeah, it's like he's saying, "I'm smart, beat my game," almost. You know?
Really?
Yeah, it kind of feels that way. But he's trying to convey a point with doing that, and I should.
Are you saying it's a bit of a pretentious game?
It starts off that way. It kind of leans off of that later on, but it starts off that way. Yeah, I would say, and I think some people will get that from it. once you see some of the when in the secrets, you kind of get more of what he's trying to say by these puzzles. He kind of explains it a little bit more in these little secret areas.
What great message does someone have to give about puzzles in a video game? I don't understand.
You know, that's Jonathan Blow. He likes did you ever see the indie movie where he explains how people didn't really get Braid?
Yeah, he wanted them to appreciate on a deeper level that wasn't quite there. I remember.
This game is all about that. It's all about that, even more. And that's why I say it could come off as pretentious. It could come off as that.
But so tell me, how long have you played this? What kind of hours?
I'm about to hit 20 hours.
20 hours? Damn, that's a lot more than I would have thought.
Yeah, I'm about to hit 20 hours. Maybe I'm around 15 and I'm almost done. Probably between 15 and 20 hours.
Okay, so I'm finding it really hard to read your impression then. Well, in the end, I mean, you got 20 hours.
I feel like there's gonna be different. People are gonna love this game, and some people are gonna absolutely hate this game.
Well, which camp are you in then?
I hate it. I hate it. I hate that I love it.
What? You can't do that. That's
yes.
A cop-out.
All right. Let me explain. Some of the puzzles here, like. You will figure it out in seconds, right? And you're like, man, it makes you feel good. Like some hard puzzles because it just something snaps in your brain and it just works, right? And then there's other times where it just doesn't make any sense, and you just don't get what he's trying to do. And that's the cutoff point for me. Is like I hate certain parts of the game, and I love certain parts of the game. Even I love some of the stuff that I have a hard time doing. It doesn't matter. I'm fine with it. But there's some of them are just absolutely just like, okay, what are you doing here? What is this?
How's the exploration? Is it supposed to be mist inspired?
Great. The exploration is great. What tends to happen is that he drops you into the world. You have no idea where to go, but you kind of understand where to go because you can only do the puzzles you really understand. So you start at first in the beginning, you have some easy puzzles. Basically, you just draw the line, but then it starts adding Tetris blocks to it. It starts adding different rules, and then he starts breaking his own rules, which gets me very aggravated.
Oh, no, that sounds cool to me. That sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. And it's fantastic that it's interesting. But it also gets you angry. Angry. You might like this. You might like this. That might be something, you could come on next time like, oh, yeah, man, this game.
Oh, no, come on. Don't act like I'm going to come on like
love
a bracket.
No, but I listen, I don't think I'm any type of genius at all. So let me be your gauge. If you think like, oh man, I've seen you play games. Yeah, I think I'll be able to do this.
You pick up games quicker than me often. You know that.
Yeah, I think I'm decent at games. I would think I'm decent at games. Certain games I have a hard time.
Yeah.
But I think I'm decent at games. And I've made it. As far as I've made it, I feel like I'm accomplished myself, but I think I'm almost at my limit to the point that I'm like, okay, I must be an idiot because I don't get this. But
so this is purely a puzzle exploration game.
Yes, and the places are amazing. Like it makes like there's no music. It's just soft, just like.
Oh, that sounds amazing. That does sound really good.
Ambient
I love it.
And if you have like a nice, good headphones, like open back, especially you have open back. You have some Sennheisers.
Yeah.
You would just experience, you feel the space that you're in. It's great. But it stops being relaxing when it starts getting hard.
Okay, all right.
I'm at this part right here, and it took me a while to understand what stars meant. If you've played the game, you guys understand what I'm saying. Stars, once you understand it, then it becomes like, oh, okay, I get it now. But that's the part where it hurts, is when you don't understand the concept of something. But yeah.
What do you think of the price of it then?
$40, man.
For 20 to 30 hours.
Again, I think that's a gauge depending on the person, for sure.
Someone in chat said that's probably why it's a 6, the price. Would you agree with that? The user score.
Yeah, because it's just puzzles. Well, I mean, no, it's a little bit more than just puzzles. I get some of the deeper meanings that he's doing. Some of it just comes off just like meh, right? But I think it's because people don't finish it that people are giving it bad grades. I'm not defending it at all.
Well, you are a little, but that's okay.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm not defending that. Like, I wouldn't say it's bad for them to give it a low score, because for them, it's not for them. It's not for them, and it's that type of game. And Jonathan Blow doesn't care. I don't know him personally, but I don't think he cares about alienating the people who are playing this game, the audience. I think the people who he wants to reach, he's going to reach with this game, and I think that's his point. And he's going to put out what he wants to put out.
Okay.
You could say that for a lot of games, but I think he has that in mind while creating this game. I think it's unique. I think the regular person is not going to like this game. I would say save your $40 if you don't want to have a headache. You will have a headache.
This is a Steam winter sale pickup, it sounds like to me.
Yeah, it depends on the person. If you really like puzzles and you really like being challenged mentally, like to exhaustion, this is the game for you. Absolutely.
It sounds like an IQ test mixed with an island adventure.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Well, it tells you how your brain works out situations. I would say it really shows you like, oh, okay, because you can see like how some
it's
hard
kind
puzzles,
of a look into logic.
Yeah, some hard puzzles you'll get through, but then there's always that puzzle that you're just like, what the hell is this? You know?
Right.
You know? Yeah. So I would say if you're gonna play this game just to use a guide, don't buy this game. Don't waste your $40 just to use a guide. That is breaking your experience, and you might as well not even play this game.
Why? What's wrong with that?
Because it's the journey of you solving the puzzles is what he wants you to feel, and none of it will make any sense if you just cheat your way through.
Guys, I'm thinking on tomorrow's stream.
This is not like Fallout where you can't find like a certain NPC or anything. This is the game. Like you have to go through. Yeah.
So I'm thinking on the stream tomorrow, what I'll do is I'll buy The Witness and do a speed run of it for people, and we'll do it from guides. What do you think about that? Is that a good way to experience it?
I would love to see you play this game.
a first time.
I just want to watch you. Like one day, I'm like, all right, share screens with me, whatever. Me and Carrie will just sit back, chill, get a cup of tea, a little bit of biscuit, and just sit there and watch you. Just like, and I know I will. Like once you solve them, you remember. It's that type of game. So like I can literally remember all the puzzles. So,
really?
Yeah.
There's hundreds of them.
Yeah. There's is there thousands? No, there can't be.
I read 500 on Google. Someone in chat said 700.
700? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, damn. I must be really close to beating this game. I haven't completed a town, by the way. If you guys, there's a town there that is ridiculous. That uses all the mechanics, and I haven't got to that yet. But yeah, that's next. But yeah, I think this game is good. I'm probably gonna give it a good review, but I will tear it apart into things I don't like, and I'll probably share that on there. Like there's some things I just don't like about it, but I like that it challenges me, and I feel. It makes you the satisfaction, like I said on Twitter, the satisfaction is a drug. Being able to hitting your head against the monitor, you can't figure something out, and then you figure it out eventually. It's great. There is one thing that the blue squares. I hate the blue squares. That's all I'm gonna say.
People who played will know what that means. I'm guessing.
Yeah. I don't want to. I'm not gonna help people solve those puzzles. You're gonna have to get through it, but yeah. I'm gonna look through that. I want to see how many people had a hard time with this game, because I know, I want to see if I wasn't the only one, because I know a couple friends that were like, I didn't understand this either, but yeah. All right, so that's what I've been playing. So you were talking about a free-to-play game.
Yeah.
All right. What's that game? And
Okay,
Dying Light as well.
All right. Well, yeah, Dying Light I've been playing, kicked it off again, jumped straight back in the middle of the story. Basically, what happened before is when Kerry and I were playing it, we just looted. We're about 20 hours into that game, and about I think it was like 10% or 20% done with the story because we literally ran around killing zombies, looting them for hours and hours and hours and hours.
When
and
you
hours
say
and hours.
we, who's playing?
But me and Kerry, I just said.
No, yeah, but aren't you screen sharing?
No, it's a co-op game. It's co-op. We both own it. We play it.
What?
Yeah, Dying Light's co-op.
Oh
It's a really good game.
Hold
It's
up.
got
A campaign that's co-op?
Yeah. The campaign is fully co-op. It's synchronized.
What?
For people that don't know, this is a zombie game. If we're going to go into it in more detail, it's a zombie game that came out. It was the people who made Dead Island didn't like the direction that their publishers, I believe, were forcing them to take that franchise in. So many of them split off and made this. And there's a lot of heart and soul in this game. It's a really, really good scavenging RPG style. Well, not RPG style. But great. It's a really, really good game. The co-op is done really well as well. It's a single player story. So you see all these little cutscenes here. When the cutscene ends, it will seamlessly put you back in control, and the other player appears. Both players experience the entire story. There's no weirdness about it. I think they do co-op through campaign perfectly. And then they've even got features that play into it. There's like moments in the story where, say, you have to run away from a horde of zombies or from an enemies or a destroying building or something like that. And on the fly, it will create little competitions between you and your friend to play, where like the one to run away fastest, wins the little competition, or the one to kill more enemies in this little bit of a story section wins the little competition. And it's even got like random matchmaking as well, like hot join matchmaking. While you play the game, even if you don't have a specific friend to play with, you can set it up so that other people playing the game or roughly around you in the world get automatically loaded into your game, and you load it into theirs. It's really good. Really
wow. Good. I can't believe I don't know, maybe I knew it was co-op in the back of my mind, but I don't know, like I have to play this game then.
Yeah, there's an expansion coming out for it too. There's a way to play the zombie, which last time I played, they didn't have any additional stuff. Now you can play as zombies, which was a free DLC they released, and there's an expansion coming out soon as well with like trailers and stuff. But like the story's okay. It's not a bad story either. It's really not. And the game's damn beautiful. It's a lot of fun. I just jumped straight back into the middle of where we were before and kind of just picked up the threads. And I really wanted to play it because, again, I didn't want Guild Wars 2 to be the only game that I was, checking this mother out on, basically. So I wanted to experience some of that other stuff. It's really, really nice. This video you're playing at the moment just sort of shows him inside houses and stuff. It's a big open world, like giant cityscape and cool stuff. Yeah, it's the Dead Island game with parkour is a really blunt way of putting it. But it's been a really, really fun experience, basically. But there's a different game, all right? That's Dead Island. Sorry, that's Dying Light. That's one thing I've been playing. I'll probably have more stories about that next week. However, here's something that's really been catching my attention. I mentioned it to you on a podcast a while ago, and it seems that in our blindness, while our backs have been turned into discussing anime and whatever else, it's slowly been growing. It's been rolling into this beautiful, delicious ball, and there's a community of several thousands now playing and experiencing this thing, and it's got mods, and it's got frequent updates and listening developers. Oh
gosh, what is this?
And it actually looks amazing, okay?
What is this?
It's amazing, all right? So do you remember a while ago, you might not even remember I mentioned this because I don't think we hung on it for a while, but do you remember a while ago I told you that there was a weird Russian Halo game? Do you remember that?
What?
All right, in Russia, okay, there was a developer, right, that was making a Halo 3 it was called Halo Online, okay? It was a Russian Halo game that was designed for the PC. Of course, anyone who's a fan of that franchise knows that only Halo 1 and 2 came to PC, and all the other ones have been exclusively on the consoles. But this Russian company got the rights to the franchise, and they made their Russian game. It was full of microtransactions. It was obviously, there was nothing about it was remotely in English. It was laggy. It was awful. It was basically a piece of poop, right? And the company that made it is now gone bust and basically don't support it, and it doesn't exist anymore. However, while this Russian Halo game was out, people here were like, yeah, let's pirate it. Let's steal it. Let's get all its assets and so on. And a few of those people were even like, all right, let's make it better. And they gutted it. They stripped all the microtransactions out of it, removed all the bloat, all the rubbish stuff, and ported it fully to English. It has like dedicated server support, and basically started developing this thing full time. And if this doesn't all seem quite legal, it's basically not. I'll get to that in a second. But then the whole Russian branch of it like basically collapsed and went down, and a community of people started building around what is a fully playable, complete almost Halo 3 multiplayer experience. Except it's not just Halo 3; it's Halo 3 and 4 combined together.
What is it called?
It's called Halo Online. So there is, and they kept developing it, and there were a couple of people early on. Microsoft issued a DMC a takedown, and they removed a couple of the download links to it in the early days. But since then, thousands of people have started playing it, have been getting it, and Microsoft's just let it be. And these people have developed it and developed it and developed it. It has like loads of different armors. It has Forge. It has combination of some Halo 4 mechanic. Like you can do, it's basically Halo 3, but you can have loadouts, you can have sprinting, you can have all the cool Halo 4 features, or you can remove them. There's loads of Halo 3 maps, there's loads of Halo 4 maps, there's even a Halo 2 map that they've added in, which is turf, but it's like all pretty and it's got winter and stuff on it. There's 2 brand new ones. There's like loads of cool stuff.
It's all multiplayer. There's not like
no, it's no campaign as far as I'm aware. As far as I'm aware, there's no campaign.
No like co-op thing or anything like that they remade as a mod.
No, I don't think that's in it. But there's this is fully moddable. People are creating all kinds of different things for inventing their own vehicles and stuff. But apparently there's basically minimal hacking going on. There's which I don't know as it grows how that will continue to. But right now it's latency free to play. You just install it. You just get to play Halo. Like all the old classic maps and Rocket Race, like
PC.
On PC. How crazy is it? And it's become this huge thing. So what was once just this weird Russian game that I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of weird. It's now people have proper taken control of it, and there's like frequent updates going out. It's crazy. I don't know. I thought I'd mention it to people as well because I was pretty hyped reading about it.
Wow.
And I kind of want to install it and play it. And we both liked Halo. I don't know. I was just thinking.
It was my life for a few years, I would say.
Dude, right? I know how much you got into that. Did you get general in the end, or were you brigadier?
No. I was. What was before? I was a major, and then I went above major at the last
commander.
moment.
That's commander, the 2 stars, I think it was.
Yeah, I got to commander, and that was it. Like that was because I played so much and I lost so much in the beginning that it was so hard for me to rank up. Like it was just so hard. And even if I won like all day, it just didn't matter. It just didn't matter until I finally reached commander. I was like, yes. Yeah. Well, yeah. I knew a couple guys who were brigadiers, and I played a couple matches with them, and it's like a different world. Like if you ever seen SWAT, they jump up and down, so they won't get headshots on you over and over again, and they all play. I think it was elite soldiers.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah. No. Elites were easier to headshot. Was it
elites or was it was something else? I can't remember. It's been so long. I think everyone played a certain amount of person.
This is one of the new Oh my god.
Yeah. But anyways,
version of Avalanche. It's badass, dude. Anyway, look, I know we both liked Halo before. Yeah. I was really pumped on this. I don't know if you wanted to play it at some point. It'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. I might want to jump on.
Look at that. Look at how cool that is.
Yeah.
And anyone else as well.
I can't imagine playing this on mouse and keyboard though.
It's crazy. I used to love Halo PC on mouse.
Yeah. So many mods on Halo PC, dude. So many mods. So many good times. I used to do that and Call of Duty. Call of Duty on PC as well was really fun to mod. Really cool stuff. I never do the modding, but I was in the modding communities. You know those weird forums that you always find with the modding communities?
High Impact Halo was my jam. It was about map breakouts and stuff. It was so good.
Oh my gosh.
That's still forum community.
Man,
I love this. Look at this Avalanche. This was the snowy map originally, and they've got it like as a desert version. It's all crazy. But it's like a combination of like, it's just, I'm absolutely pumped and so thrilled that it's continuing to grow and continue to get support. It still is a little bit dodgy, I guess, right? It's a little bit dodgy. Like, are they eventually going to take it down? But I believe most people are under because it's all people host the servers on their own rigs and stuff, right? Like because so many people have got access to it now. I feel like it's beyond the point of no return or something. That's what most people believe. Mm-hmm. I'm no expert in that kind of lore and stuff though, so we'll see. But yeah, like it's got in-game chat. Anyway, I'm gonna stop going on about it. But that was something I was very excited about.
Yeah, playing this will remind me of playing Sacred 2. It's such like you knew everyone in the community because it was so small. Like I used to play on Xbox Live, and we all used to.
Map.
Huh?
Yeah,
yeah. We it was just, huh?
No, I was just saying that the map on the footage at the moment is crazy.
Oh.
It looks good.
Jesus. Yeah. Well, yeah. It was good times. Good times. All right.
I'll
well.
get to download it after the pod. It'll be good.
All right. Well, that's pretty much it, I guess, right? Do we move on to to the movies and TV shows? Anything new? I have been watching nothing. Nothing. All I've watched is Fringe, and that is it.
Oh.
That is it. I'm like at season 2 of Steven Universe, and that's pretty much it.
I could have saved this. I could have saved this pod by having watched Fringe.
Yeah, but you're never gonna watch Fringe because you never watch anything.
I'm in the middle of Lost.
What did Carrie say when you said you didn't want to watch Fringe?
I didn't say I didn't want to watch Fringe. I said we could watch both, and we were gonna flip flop between the two. But she's quite into Lost now as well, and so you know,
vomit.
It's a great show.
It's a terrible show.
It's a great show.
Whoa, oh my gosh! Who's Locke's mother? Who's Locke's mother? Who is it? Find out next episode. No. Find out next episode.
You find out that.
Find out next episode.
It's also in the first half of season 1. So.
Oh, Locke's mother. It's the black monster. The black monster. But how is he white? Oh my gosh! Find out in the next episode. 2 seasons later. Okay. Anyways. So I guess we're boring. I guess we're boring, and we're gonna go straight to the questions. And just have an extensive question time. Question time.
It's not like we're running short. Usually we get to questions about an hour in. Question time.
Are you excited for the Oculus Woof? The Oculus Woof. I'm excited for the Oculus Woof. OC whiffed. OC. Oh, that's good. Wow, dude, those sword animations. We're gonna watch Halo as we. If you want to leave us a question, I forgot to say that. If you want to leave us a question, at Matt Visual or at Winning Potatoes. Also, tell me, be honest. Have you beat the Witness, and is it hard? Is it challenging? I want to say hard.
All right, I know we just spent so long talking about the Witness, but what if the puzzles were easier? Would you rate the game higher or what?
No.
Okay.
No. It's not. It's just the way when you play it, you kind of understand. Like it's the way he shows you certain puzzles. It's not all of them, and it's not the majority. It's just understanding them. It's the part which you need to understand them in order to do it. And I think for most people are going to just not play it.
Okay.
Just not play it. They're just gonna play and they're just gonna stop. And they're gonna miss out on a lot of the secret stuff that he puts in there. That I don't know, makes it make more sense of what he's trying to convey.
Okay.
But yeah. I'm finishing it. Like I don't care. Like I'm not at my limit yet. I'm almost there, but I'm not at my limit yet.
All right.
Yeah. All right. So you go first.
Someone asked you if you've been raiding. Oh no, here's a good question. Matt Visual, have you seen The Magicians?
The what?
The Magicians. Have you ever seen that movie?
Oh, no.
That's a great movie. Here's a movie that I've actually seen that Matt hasn't.
I love magic movies. I love.
This is a black humor, a dark humor movie.
It's a sci-fi show.
Wait, what?
The Magicians is a sci-fi show.
Oh, is it? Oh, I'm thinking of a movie that clearly no one else has ever seen then.
Is it?
Hopefully people will know.
What is
it
he
could be a sci-fi
about?
show. There's a movie called The Magicians, all right, by David Mitchell and Robert Wedd. And it's a very, 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 very good movie, and a movie I like a lot. But maybe if you're not British, I could understand people wouldn't like that. Yeah. But yeah, maybe it's a sci-fi show as well. Whatever, fine, you go.
Oculus for dogs?
Nobody knows that you're a dog on the internet. One day people are going to realise that's why I don't do face cam. Because I'm a golden Labrador.
Right. And every time you talk to your mom when she's calling you, you mute the mic so I won't hear, right? So it's more like you muting the mic and you go,
Because we bark to each other. Yeah.
right. It's great.
No, she's a human. It's like cow and chicken. Mama had a chicken, Dad had a cow. Don't know how. Cow and
Wow.
chicken. Do you remember that?
Would you smooch a ghost? Pokey? Hell yeah. I sure enough will.
No, that would be like you. That's just getting your soul sucked out.
It's an inside joke. It's an inside joke.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's a lot of fun for the rest of us, isn't it, guys?
I like how everyone I like how everyone understands not to spoil the game. It's a game he's talking about. It's within a game.
Oh.
Like everyone's like, it's crazy how crazy the community will get with when it comes down to Undertale. You know, they're like, you have to play it this way. You have to play this, and I think it's because people just want you to experience the whole thing.
What they did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think it's that strong. Like, yeah, of course, a little bit of the internet is in there, but like, you know, it's people really want you to experience the whole thing because you would miss out on so many things if you didn't play it 2 times and in certain ways. I wouldn't say 3 times because there's no way I will do a genocide run. That is just ridiculous. I'm straight. I'm okay. I'm okay with missing out on that story.
Is genocide the opposite of the pacifist run, then?
Mm-hmm.
Kill everything versus kill nothing?
Yeah. But I feel like everyone throws down those things, like even with people who don't know, like, oh, how do I play? Should I play like this? Blah, blah. It's like that's in itself is kind of spoiling the way the game is. But when you get into it, it's kind of okay that you know that thing because
There are options.
There are things. Yeah, there are things. You kind of understand why people force that on you.
Oh, okay. So wait, do you mean like there's a moment in the story where you think that someone
nothing
has...
like that. Nothing I can tell you. I still can beat witness. The witness. What do you mean by that? Well, yeah, of course. Everyone can beat it. But
Can they? Could a 5-year-old?
I would say what? What kind of what? A dog?
Could a 5-year-old? Yeah, a 5-year-old dog beat it.
Yeah. I don't think a 5-year-old dog can beat it. No.
But just a regular 5-year-old?
Are you gonna play? Are you gonna play the spin-offs? I am gonna play Metal Gear Acid. I've never heard of Metal Gear Acid. I think I'm gonna play Portable Ops. I don't know if that's one of the ones I'm skipping or is it VR missions that I'm skipping. I heard one of them are just useless and I shouldn't play it. But I am playing Metal Gear Rising. Yes, I am playing because there's some that's like into the future of the timeline. That's like the last game. That's like, well, it's not the last game. It's the one that's farther into the future than any other point in the timeline. So yeah, I am gonna play Rising. Portable Ops. I think there's that's on the disc, on the Legacy disc, the Legendary disc, whatever it's called. So I might be playing that. Yeah. What game are you looking forward to this year? Oh no, you go first. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
I've got a much more basic question: chicken or fish for dinner?
Wow. None.
None, really. Because
I'm a
vegan.
vegan.
Right. Was there any progress on that, by the way?
Huh? What?
On the idea of maybe incorporating a little bit of vegan milk?
Yeah. I am going to. I spoke to my wife, and my wife wants to. Well, I have my. I know this is gonna sound bad, like back in the days where I was like, "Oh, you make your wife do this and blah blah." Well, you remember those days? Oh my gosh, I remember getting a long letter from somebody. Oh my gosh, I wonder if she's still a listener. Yeah. I've gotten like, yeah, it's crazy. Because like people didn't. I get the whole it was when the whole feminist thing was first growing. So when you said anything to do with like wife or anything like that or woman in general, like there was always a long letter I got like about it. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, obviously I'm not a hater of like, come on, like, I mean, this is ridiculous. But anyways, but
now what do you have your wife do? Come on, tell us.
Oh, well, the thing is, we were both very big. I'm pretty sure I've told this many times before, and of course I put her down that road of us both losing weight because I wasn't gonna do it by myself because obviously I'm not gonna have a fridge.
How dare you force a woman to eat only a certain food? Who do you
I'm not gonna
what?
have a fridge with things in it. Plus, you know, she wants to be healthy too, and she was having problems too. But anyways, obviously we both lost over 100 pounds and stuff like that. But we both went vegan together, because she was having allergies and headaches and stuff like that. Blah blah blah. And she feels a lot better now.
The way you talked about her problems, they're like, yeah, she was having headaches.
Well, no, I don't want to go in because most people who watch the show already know this already. So I don't want to. I'm gonna keep going on about this type of stuff. So we. Jesus.
You just gave me the impression of being such a bad husband.
So now I'm a bad husband now. First I'm a good husband. Now I'm a bad husband now.
All right. Just
no matter what I do, no matter how I explain stuff, people are always going to have this perception regardless. So what does it matter at that point? It doesn't matter. Yeah. So it doesn't matter. So obviously, I mean, I've been married for 6 years. Obviously, she's not some slave. Anyways, I'm digging myself a hole here. I love my wife and my wife loves me. All right. So I was telling her about being vegetarian and stuff like that. So basically, we both talked about just basically mostly being vegan, but, you know, having certain options when we go out and maybe if we want something special or something like that, so we don't limit ourselves. But we're going to test it because I have to make sure that she doesn't have a bad reaction to it, and if it was causing her allergies to come out, and if it was causing her to have headaches, right? Because, you know, certain people have, you know, allergies, food allergies, and they consider what they go through to be normal, right?
Okay.
For instance, in my disease, certain people think that what the hell is this guy doing? This guy can survive so many shots. So I'm looking at the.
It's a zombies game type. He just picked up an overshoot.
Oh, okay. People like, oh, I get sometimes my body gets numb. Oh, you know, it's just part of my body. It's normal, but it's not really normal. For her, I'm just making sure, you know, like we gradually add things to make sure that she's okay, and we isolate the problem that she's having that gives her that, you know,
very similar to your food as well, right?
Yeah. Well, for me, I found out that I actually have a different form of the disease. I'm better than my doctor, basically. I have hypoperiodic paralysis. I have hyperperiodic paralysis, which is polar opposites when it comes down to dieting. So that's the next thing that I'm going to try out next. And that's why it came about, like, oh, maybe I should incorporate certain other things to help, because I'm already restricting myself quite a lot. So I think this way would be a lot better. But yeah. Let's get back to questions. That was a long explanation. But yeah. I'm thinking of next month. We're thinking about adding it in after MagFest. After I go to MagFest. Okay. But yeah. I've been on a strict diet for slimming down a bit. You know what I'm saying? Getting the boobies back in place. You know.
Back in place.
Yeah. I grew a little bit of my boobies back. You know, back in and Christmas and Thanksgiving. You know, I want to get it down, you know, being able to wear my tight shirts again, you know what I'm saying? Okay, showing off the nipples. So yeah.
Just got to get tape for it. That's what I do.
What game are you looking forward to? Tape? I like that. I did that once back in high school. I absolutely did that once back in high school.
Some people get crazy. I've never experienced this, but I've seen like pictures of people after they run. No. After people run, like,
I've never experienced this right away.
Yeah. No, because I've never ran a marathon. But apparently, like, if you run too much and you sweat too much around your nipple, it will chafe on your shirt, and like you see people after they finish running, they just have blood all down their front, and it's where they've bled out of their nipples. It's true.
Lovely.
It's true. And you use tape to fix it.
Ow. Okay. Jeez. Okay.
Did you just Google it? Did you just?
No, I was about to, but I stopped myself.
I really wouldn't.
Yeah.
We're being asked, Marvel or DC?
Someone says that like every episode.
Yeah. I'll tell you my answer. It's DC, because I think that the Justice League is going to be the bestest.
I think I enjoy both of them. I'm a guy who reads comics, so I'm not a huge comic nerd, but I read comics. So I like different stories from, you know, different universes.
The New 52 is better than all other material out there, so you may as well just go DC.
Wow, I'm surprised you even know what the New 52 is. Even if you even know what that is.
Credit, yeah, of course I do. It's this reboot of all the new DC franchises.
Wow!
Yeah,
Congratulations!
yeah. The new Mr. Freeze story in particular is one I very much enjoy.
He's a liar. He's such a liar, dude.
I do know that apparently Mr. Freeze was cool. He was one of the cooler Batman villains, and he had the cool story that he was basically, what was he? He was just trying to save his wife or something. He was just being a dedicated family man, right? And apparently the new 52, it's not that at all anymore, and people were upset.
All right, correct. All right. What game are you looking forward to? You can answer this too. For me, I'm looking forward to Street Fighter V. I feel like I'm going to take the plunge. Maybe get a stick, but definitely going to take the plunge in learning a fighting game. I'm thinking about getting a stick because I just kind of want to learn a stick. I've always wanted to be able to go to an arcade and just understand how sticks work. I mean, I've watched a bunch of tutorials, but yeah. And not get a cheap stick like last time, because cheap sticks, they're not so good. I don't know why they're $200 for a good stick, or I guess like $150 for some good sticks. But the one I want, I want something I can open and change and stuff like that. But yeah, when it breaks. Street Fighter, Horizon, and a little bit of Mirror's Edge Catalyst.
Mirror's Edge, really?
Yeah. I'm a big fan of the first one. It had its problems, but I'm a big fan of it. No Man's Sky is pretty cool too, as well. So yeah.
When's Hyper Light Drifter coming out? Is that still on the horizon?
It was supposed to be last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was supposed to be a while ago.
Yeah.
Well, these Kickstarted games.
Yeah. Mighty Number 9. Oh my gosh, dude! I can't wait for that to flop. Oh gosh. Well, hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it's
wishing misfortune on others there.
But it looks so bad. For the amount of money they got, it looks so bad.
How much money did they get?
Was it like over $1 million? It was over $1 million.
Yeah, it's difficult to spend money correctly,
Yeah, but geez, don't mess around, man. There's plenty of successful people. Let me see, Kickstarter. I want to actually get the actual number here.
Yeah, let's see it on screen.
Oh gosh.
Let's see.
A little bit more than $1 million. It was almost 4 million, and doesn't count like the donations and stuff like that they got after.
Damn.
Yeah, and it looks pretty garbage. Like, it looks pretty basic. Like, when you have indies outclassing you, dude, that's not a good sign, man. And of course, yeah, I'm saying this based on the demo I saw, like a long hour demo, but the graphics are just old. And I'm so sad for that. So sad, because I was actually gonna enjoy a modern Mega Man. But yeah, anything you're looking forward to, Mr. Mono Gamer? By the way.
Yeah, actually, the latest Tomb Raider came out on PC today. I sort of wish it was a 1 month later, because then it would roll on perfectly from the end of X2. But I'm definitely looking forward to playing that. I've been avoiding the spoilers, the spoiler gauntlet. Not that there's probably any major ones, but the game does look beautiful, and it's been long enough since Tomb Raider 2013 that now that's basically the main next thing on my radar that I'm really looking forward to. I've actually got a lot of games going on at once at the moment. I'm doing quite well. I've got iRest going on, I've got Dying Light going on, I've got GW2 going on, and I've got X2 going on. All different games. I think it's pretty healthy. It's not bad.
Not bad.
Yeah. So that's basically what I'm looking forward to more than anything else. That's actually somewhere on the horizon. And then when the Rift arrives in late April, I'm guessing is when it will arrive. Well, then there's a whole other can of worms to feast in.
Oh, I am going to, dude. I have so many people excited. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna bring it. And you're gonna experience it. Like,
yeah, right.
I'm probably gonna record it. I'm probably gonna record all the people who use the Rift, because it's just gonna be so fun to look at.
See reactions,
yeah. It's just like people who are not into technology, they just kind of know it exists from the stupid news stories that people come out with and stuff like that. I can't wait for someone to experience it, because and see if people are like, it's all right, or I don't care. Some people who just don't care about anything.
Yeah.
But yeah. I can't wait for that. Did you quit Guild Wars 2? I didn't necessarily quit. I just don't play as often anymore because my channel went into a different direction. Because it's the same explanation that you see from many creators out there. Donald Glover. When I was talking about Carlton from Will Smith on how everyone wanted him to just be Carlton all the time and he couldn't get any movie deals. I don't want to be put into a certain area where I am limited to create content. That's not what I got into YouTube for. I didn't get into YouTube to make not necessarily I don't want to make money. Obviously I want to make money, but I didn't get into YouTube to make money. I got into YouTube because I just the creating is great. Is great. And I'm not gonna there's no point of making money unless you enjoy what you do. Because why not just get a freaking 9-to-5 job? You know? Why not? Well, what's the point of anyone doing YouTube? Obviously, my circumstances are a little bit different than that, but why do it? If you might as well get a 9-to-5 job, try YouTube. You have to enjoy it. And I'm just not enjoying making up stuff just to create Guild Wars 2 content because there's too many dry spells. There's too many dry spells.
You're tied to someone else's success as well. That's like
exactly. As soon as
you're absolutely tied to the game's popularity rather than your own.
Exactly. ANET does something terrible tomorrow, ruins the game. Everyone
they don't even
leaves.
have to do anything terrible. They only have to be mediocre.
Someone else does something better that Guild Wars 2 isn't doing. Boom. Everyone leaves. No one cares to watch your videos because it's talking about Guild Wars 2.
Doesn't matter how great his videos are. Someone
it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't matter how great they are. It doesn't. At the end of the day, it does not. If people want to watch what they want to watch, yes, there's certain people like you're watching. You've come here to this live stream because you want to watch us and you think we're entertaining or whatever, whatever your reason is, right? You're taking time out of your day to watch it live. There's a reason for that. So yeah, you might think like I like it because of this, and you would keep watching because of that reason. But most people, where we get a living off of, those people are going to leave, and two people, and it's not going to grow the channel. If we want to be able to grow at the end of the day, and I'm not going to grow doing Guild Wars 2 stuff. And that's kind of what it comes down to. But I just don't have time to do both at the same time.
That's what it really comes down to.
Yeah,
he can't just play the game. It's an MMO. It's a huge game. It's a big time commitment. You can't just do that and expect such a variety of reviews on other games, right?
And the thing that happens,
and 20 hours of The Witness.
And if you try to split it now, if I try to split between Guild Wars 2 or whatever, it pertains to everybody. If I split between Guild Wars 2 and doing reviews, then I miss out on reading articles or really getting to know a certain aspect of the game. And then when I talk about the game, people are going to say, oh, how could you not know this, Matt? Blah, blah, blah. And
that's basically one of the worst feelings in the world.
The worst thing. It's the worst thing for a YouTuber to read that, sitting there like, oh, we missed the ball on this. No, and it's the reason why I play the heck out of the games before I review it. Like, you want to be knowledgeable about these things. And they lose faith in you, and then they don't watch you. And that's another reason. So because you split it, you end up hurting one or the other. And there you go. I shared you my heart. Yeah, there you go. What else?
I got one here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Unless you got something else on the topic.
No, go ahead.
Okay. Someone said how do I feel about the amount of comsphere footage that I've shot in Chapter 4 of X2? I felt like it was a little bit too much. 2 whole episodes of just watching this Fizz man. Well, boy, have I got news for you. There's another 2 full episodes of it coming up as well. Yeah,
what did you watch?
Full episodes. Basically, there's a section of the game where you can't explore for a while the real world properly anymore, Matt. You're stuck on your airship.
Right. I was actually watching that episode, right?
But what you can do is you can go into these little spheres that are down on the ground and pour into them and watch the world through them. And that's it. Like, you just see these random little scenes. Often you're just watching like a town or an outpost or something for ages, and then finally something will happen and you're just kind of like a fly on the wall. when you're actually playing the game, I really like those. I think that's a really cool little experience. It really makes the world feel alive. If you're not doing it following a guide or explicitly knowing exactly what all the different scenes are, there's loads of different versions of the scenes you can see, and you're just like watching the world. But it takes ages. It takes hours and hours and hours to experience all of it. And when you actually play as well, there's these ridiculously long loading screens between every single one where your poor PlayStation is having to unload and reload entirely different areas of the game in a matter of seconds. So it just takes ages, but they are fun. They're a cool, weird, like feeling. Like it's a nice, relaxed, kind of just casual fly on the wall. Like I say,
well, you're
it's
100%
half gameplay.
Let's Player though.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I could, knowing all those scenes are there and knowing that I enjoy it, I can't leave them out. Leave them out. So the result is, and each of these episodes is like half an hour to 40 minutes long. The result is, yes, there's about 2 hours of content of basically just watching stuff happen instead of being in any battles and stuff. But X2's a game like that, you know, it waxes on and it comes off as well every now and then. Some people enjoy it more, but you're right. I did look at that in the timeline. I was like, my God, how have I just played 4 hours of this game without a single battle? I'm just watching stuff. But there you go.
Yeah, I think Final Fantasy has kind of lost its touch, to be honest. Even though I played that one.
Well, that was the start of Squeenix. That was the start of Squeenix, and Squeenix are the killers of everything. I'm getting a lot of people asking about Final Fantasy VII and the episodic thing as well. The fact that now they're chunking it all up. We talked about it on a previous pod.
Yeah, but it was. Oh, did we talk about? I talked about it on the TOVG podcast.
We talked about it for a little bit.
Gamer.
What did you guys say over on that one?
We didn't know. It wasn't confirmed yet, I think, of what they were doing. Was it now it's confirmed that they're doing episodic?
Yeah, absolutely. It's 100% confirmed. Yeah.
And I think we're talking about if are they going to do it in a way where you're still able to explore the world, or is it going to be linear and you could only, like, once you get to the certain point, it just stops and you can't continue. You can't even go back into other areas.
So you're thinking of the episodes as kind of like the end of discs from the previous iterations. So you could keep playing. You just don't progress.
If they do it that way, I think it would be better. Now, I didn't look it up yet, so I don't know if that's the way they're doing it, but it would be in their best interest to not block off the game and let it be linear like that and have like just like sandboxy areas or whatever.
Always,
that they just,
like
let's not do that.
Think about the design there, though, right? Like, it's kind of weird. It's like, okay, you finished the first episode. Episode 2 doesn't exist yet. So we're going to let you just explore the world and grind for hours and hours and hours if you want. And then people, when episode 2 finally comes out, are like super over-leveled. They've got 99 of all the items.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
It's weird, isn't it?
So maybe they'll cap you off, maybe? And they'll extend the level cap? So you'll be ready? Or maybe
just let it happen, because eventually, when all the episodes are out, it doesn't matter anymore.
I wonder if they're gonna do it I wonder why they're doing it in the first place. I know it's a humongous game to recreate. I understand that. Like it's just ridiculous. But I wonder if they're gonna do it in a way where it's gonna be episodes and you get to go to the what's the saucer called?
The golden saucer.
The golden saucer. You know, kind of, and you have like little missions that you can repeat, kind of like in Metal Gear Solid or something like that.
Like the mini games that you see.
And you can do that in the meantime. You know, you can still play the game and maybe replay the story if you want, or something like that, and maybe look for secrets and stuff like that. If they do it in that way, I kind of will be okay, but I might wait. Because I'm not an episodic guy, I'd rather wait till it's complete. Like
me too. Yeah, I wouldn't
can't
do
that.
Yeah. I couldn't have done Walking Dead episodically as Telltale release. I couldn't have done
that. Would be brutal.
You know? Yeah.
I still haven't played season 2 yet. I have it on my PS4 because it was free 1 month, but I still haven't played. I have to replay episode 1 again. I mean, part 1 again. Jeez. Yeah. But yeah, I had to wait. Like I was gonna buy it every time it came out on my computer and play with my wife, but it's like, I can't do that. But yeah,
I don't think that last thing on the topic of it being episodic, and I know it's easy to be like, oh, they're just being greedy, you know. But I do think when that game is so long that it is such a huge experience,
and it's gonna look like that. Whoa.
Even if you're not talking about the technical hurdle of producing that much content at that quality in such a huge, broad story. It also just comes down to me. You basically have 3 games worth of content there. You've got 3. The story is that long, So as long as it makes sense that they cut it at the right places or whatever, getting 3 games worth of price out of it, if that's their whole idea, I don't think is necessarily greed. But maybe that's just me.
Oh, we're getting advice and stuff. Whoa. Okay. All right. First, how far in Steven Universe are you? I'm like at 50 something. It's season 2. They don't clearly separate them. I don't think so. Because I'm watching on Hulu. I'm at the end of Hulu. So now I have to get it by other means. Yeah. I'm on season 2. I'm past Hulu. So I'm like at 57 or something like that. After that big event, that's the end of season 1. Around that episode. What advice can you give on streaming? I think you should answer this first.
Well, streaming's huge. There's a lot to give advice on.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're the first thing that came to my mind.
I would say go beyond the whole how to set up stuff and blah blah blah, and you should use OBS. I mean, that stuff like there's a bunch of tutorials. Like advice on, I guess maybe he's looking for like the attitude that comes with it. Maybe how much time it takes out of your day, how much dedication you need to have, because you still do it.
Yeah,
I used to do it every day. Yeah.
My experience of it is, and I don't think I'm very good at this, you have to be relentlessly positive. Like, sometimes chat really winds me up. Sometimes I'm like, you're a douchebag. You're a moron. You're annoying. But, you're there because it's the schedule and you've been up and maybe you just woke up or maybe it's been a couple of hours. And you have to, like, know how to push that stuff aside. You have to get used to the fact that some douche is just going to come on and is just going to say mean stuff about you to your face right in front of you or whatever. And you can't let that drag you down or the atmosphere down, and that I think that is a quality that not everyone has, and that you'll very quickly learn whether you have it or not, because it's far easier said than done on a really long period of time. There's been a lot of times while I've been streaming where I've not been happy with myself at the end because I've thought, I was maybe a little bit mean to this person in chat or something like that. But yeah, there's so much to talk. The other thing is, obviously, it depends very much on the game that you're playing. If you're trying to start up, I really don't have any advice for you, because I never built an audience on Twitch. I just an amount of my audience came over from YouTube.
All right, so building an audience from Twitch. A lot of Twitch people who are big now, they have grew from one game. They grew from one game and then they branched out eventually, because by the end of it, people enjoyed them so much that, I mean, of course, some of them left, obviously, because some people, like we talked about before, they only watch one thing and they don't care that you're playing anything else. All right, they care about what they want. Right, but then you have those people who like you for you, your personality, and it will carry on between other things. Now, you can either grow on a theme like Doc Got Game, where he plays only MMOs. You can grow on zombie games. There's always a genre, but I would say you kind of have to be consistent. It's going to be some days where you're not going to feel like doing it, but if you want to grow it, you're going to have to do it, and you're going to have to enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it from the beginning, then don't do it. Don't do it, because it's going to come off like that. That's why, you got to do it when you want to do it. You got to feel it, that's the motivation that you have. And those are the people who grow, So, yeah. But that conversation could go very long. But let's get really some discussion. Yeah. Advice on going vegan. I'll be quick. Okay. Advice.
You don't have to be quick.
Yeah. Okay. I've talked about this before, so you probably haven't heard me about this. You want to go vegan for, I guess, a health reason, or I don't know what your situation is. But if you want to go vegan, I would say start slow. I would say slowly go into it. Slowly eat, look up recipes. There's a ton of YouTube people, good personalities, who will make it entertaining to watch and do vegan recipes. I would say you don't just eat carbs all day. And learn how to find vegetables that you actually enjoy. It's a slow process. For some people, sometimes you can, like, I just went straight into it. I'm hardcore like that. I just go straight into it. I'm vegan now. But I realized some people don't work that way. My wife didn't work that way. No, I forced her that way. She don't work that way. I forced her that way, because it works better for her in the end run. Because I know my wife. So I just look up a shopping list. Know what you're gonna cook before you start your week. You know, you don't want to go to your kitchen and saying, "Oh, I have a bunch of vegetables and stuff, and I don't know what to eat." I know you get motivated. You go motivated. You gotta go, but I'd say map out what you're gonna eat. Do what you're gonna know what you're gonna cook. Buy only the things you need, so you don't end up spending a lot of money. Because not buying meat actually saves you a lot of money. But if you don't know what you're doing, you could kind of mess that up. But yeah, obviously have carbs, but just don't overdo it. Especially if you're doing it to lose weight. I don't know what you're doing it for, but manage things. You get everything with management. Everything doesn't become awesome when you go vegan. There's certain things you have to learn about it.
It's not just like a switch that you flip and then that's
everything is fine. Yeah. Like I had to go vegan twice for me to understand it. You see what I'm saying? So I went back and then I went for it again. As you can see on the podcast, I talk about it a lot. But yeah. All right, there you go. Short. All right, next one. You go.
Well, we got mostly just a lot of comments right now rather than questions.
Because you're all the way down there. I'm all the way up here trying to grab everything. Have you watched Sanctuary? No?
Me? I've never seen Sanctuary, no.
I've never seen Sanctuary, dude. Never seen Sanctuary. That sounds like a sci-fi. I'm interested in The Magicians now, which is also a...
You never leave a pod without a new show to watch.
Yeah, I think I went over the mark. I still haven't watched a lot of the stuff you guys suggest me. So I have to put it down on a list and just kind of leave it there for a bit, and eventually I'll get to it. And then those people totally just like move on to some other pod or whatever, and then I watched it for no reason. But anyways, all right. So
serious question.
Okay.
Do you fart a lot?
Oh. What being vegan? Is that what it is?
I guess. I don't know.
No.
You may as well tack it onto there.
No. No,
I don't
when
either,
when I eat certain stuff, yeah. But I haven't. No, I don't really do it much. No. Maybe I don't realize it. Maybe it's silence.
I've been eating incredibly low carb recently, and you basically never have flatulence when you do that. And one of the main things people talk about when you break out of that, when you start eating very carby again, apparently you can get very gassy again. But yeah, I don't really. Yeah, I've never really thought of myself as someone that does it a lot. Apparently, though, your average person has like a gallon a day or something that they fart out in terms of air. Do you believe that? It's crazy. Yeah, apparently there's loads. Just squeaks out without you realizing it or something. I don't know. I'm probably wrong with the number there, but it's quite a lot. A liter maybe.
A gallon. Holy crap. That's a lot of gas, man. That is a lot of gas. You can fill a balloon with that one. Actually make a balloon a fart thing.
Oh, let's not go there. Let's not.
That might be pretty cool to actually see. Metal Gear Acid is a turn-based card collectible game. I don't think I'll be playing that. Yeah, I don't think. Maybe I'm pretty sure there's some story to it. Man, I miss PSP, dude. This must be back in the days, homie. I might play it. I don't know. It depends. There's no way for me to capture PSP. And I don't think I'm gonna go out of my way.
Yeah, just ship it to someone and give them $500 to mod it for you, so you can capture it.
I don't have that type of money. That's all going to the Oculus Rift. SOCOM 2. I didn't play the first SOCOM. My friend Randy, Elder Geek, he's really excited for SOCOM 2. He loved the first one. I'm thinking about jumping in with him and seeing how it is. I don't know. I think it's coming out of a time where I don't have a space to play, so maybe I can put that in as a slot for 1 week. It is Q&A. It is Q&A, bro.
Apparently, Sanctuary is more fantasy mystery than it is sci-fi. However, it's with Amanda Tapping from Stargate SG-1.
Ooh.
That's a show I want to watch again.
Yeah. I don't know if it'll hold up very well. I remember that on Channel 33. UPN,
Channel 33. Wow.
UPN here in Florida. I'm in Georgia now, but Florida.
Apparently, you could mod your 3DS to get capture for like $200.
Yep. I was thinking about doing that because I really want to review some of the 3DS games.
Toilet games.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and the toilet games was totally something I wanted to do, man. But it requires an investment. which if it breaks, that's it. You know, like I don't have. I'm not. I don't.
Well, surely there's some insurance or warranty that the person modding, if he breaks it, you don't have to pay.
Maybe I'm pretty sure there's a limit to that, but like I don't live in California where there's a bunch of YouTubers around where I can like, oh, let me, I just call up homeboy and like, oh, let me borrow your 3DS real quick. I need to play this last section.
Why don't you move to California then?
Because it's expensive. I don't want to live in the boondocks. Not boondocks in the hood.
Well, you could just get a little place, 1 bedroom. Oh, dude, I was looking for places earlier in the week. I was looking for places. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Life is expensive. I'll just say that much.
Yes, it is, man. Yes, it is. Going from the baby's crib,
I currently have enjoyed about 6 years of paying a certain amount of rent, and I'm looking at that rent like basically doubling. I'm like, oh, damn it.
Yeah,
actually, no, I'm not actually.
But wait a minute, you have to think about utilities, right? How does it work there?
Yeah, utilities. I think rent won't actually change for me too much, but utilities will push it up quite a lot.
Yeah, I bet.
It's all right. I don't use much electricity. What are you talking about? I wonder how frugal I could live. Have you ever wondered that? You must have wondered that. Everyone must have wondered that. I wonder how frugal I could,
Matt, I wasn't trying to make you mad. Just miss you because no. You didn't make me mad, dude. That's how I get when I start talking about like content and stuff like that, and I want to make sure I get my point across properly, and not like it's so weird to explain what we know to people who don't like do this on a normal basis. It's such a disconnect, and that's why it gets weird with the whole like Markiplier thing and stuff like that. So it's like such a disconnect. Like it's weird telling your audience like,
for the longest time,
I don't want to do videos on your game, and it's so hard to be like, no, I don't hate you. I don't hate you, audience. I love you, and I would love for you to stay, but I totally understand you leaving because you want to only see Guild Wars 2.
Same for all those Yandere people.
Yes, it's the same for those Yandere people.
You love those guys, yeah?
Yeah. Well, they subscribed to me. They obviously thought I was funny. Like, they enjoyed the content. I would love to do gameplay videos. I would love to be, like, I mean, obviously, I could be that with the success of Yandere Simulator, but, like, I don't know. I that would be my whole channel,
That's not where your heart lies.
I think I would love to create another channel with just gameplay videos where I edit up stuff and stuff like that, but I have to choose which one I want to be. Somewhat, I feel like maybe maybe I should have tried the gameplay stuff, but like it's so hard to grow in that. You need them to be successful. That it needs to be that right game at the right time and whatever like that, and then some people right now are branching off from Yandere Simulator, or trying to anyway, get like 50,000 views on a Yandere Simulator and then get like 5K on any other game that they play. It's just a thing. It's how YouTube works. People are only going to come for certain things, and then eventually you get an audience that likes of more variety, maybe not everything, but more variety of what you do. You got one?
No. I
think I reached the end. Yeah, I think I reached the
end. Do I feel like showing some spud newbies the raiding ropes? Maybe. I kind of do want to do a stream like that, but my regular friends that I raid with, I've never really involved in that kind of stuff, so I don't know how I feel about it. But yeah, maybe. I would like, especially maybe when the next wing comes out, to do some different kinds of content on it when it comes out. But someone else asked me who's in my team on Pokemon right now. All right.
Again, we're going through this again. Okay.
Wait. Oh, did I answer it last week then?
No, not last week. Just a few weeks ago. Yeah, go ahead.
Really? All right. Well, it's very similar to what it was before. It's early game Pokemon. There you go. Matt, shut it down there.
No, go ahead. Answer.
All right. It's a Combusken, a Seedot, a Pelipper. No, sorry, a Wingull. Pelipper. Wow, I actually got them confused. A Slackoff, a
Slackoff.
Yeah, a Surskit.
Wow.
They've all got cool nicknames, and I believe it's a Zigzagoon. No, a Poochyena. There you go. That's what I got. That's my early stuff.
What was your favorite class in school? Yes, I do play Guild Wars 2 still. Just not as often. I think science. That's the first thing that comes to mind is science. That's my favorite.
Wait, what's the question? Your favorite thing
class,
at school?
Yeah, favorite class in school. Science was one. Ooh, I would say definitely art, and I did have a 3D rendering class. 3D rendering class. A 3D. I forgot what it was called. It wasn't computer. It was computer 3D modeling or something like that. We were using Lightwave on Macs of all things, which took forever to render these scenes. But yeah, I wouldn't say it was my favorite class. So it was kind of boring to. I was like creating planets and one time we had to do a chandelier in Lightwave. And this Asian guy, dude, I think his name was Kwok. No, his name was no. That wasn't Kwok. That was Lee. Lee, I know, yeah, crazy Asian name. Lee. He just knew everything. Like, oh my gosh, man, I want to be Asian now. Like, how? Like, what make? There's no way that race has to do anything. He must have came from what over there, and because their system is way better than ours. Like they're so ahead of us when it comes down to our education, which kind of sucks. I wish I was born and raised over there than over here because they really dumb it down for us compared to over there. Which I think when I have a son or a daughter, I'm gonna put them through hell and make them learn stuff.
Damn. Look, no, I've said many times that I think you're gonna be a good parent, but don't you make me take that back.
Well, like he's gonna be used to it. He's not gonna think it's hell, but other people. To normal people, they're gonna think it's hell. Wow, this 3D really looks really nice in ORAS.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say art was definitely one of my favorites, and science was one of my favorites. Art was right up my alley because I was drawing pretty much my whole elementary days and middle school days, and then I kind of just stopped for a few years until I got to art class again, and then I did stuff again. Sad that I didn't go to school for animation. I totally should have went to school for animation. Totally should have went to school for animation.
Is that like your big regret for not learning more?
No, I wouldn't really say regrets work because you'll be a totally different person. But yeah, I think I wish I put some time into learning animation. Yeah, it's one of those things I wish I had more time to do. And I definitely don't have the time to do it. I would have to stop learning other things in order to do that. Even though I'm kind of learning animations in After Effects, but it's totally different than actually drawing it. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So is that it?
We've got some more. Well, my favorite class was it's very similar to Matt. It was I used to take triple science, and I very much enjoyed that. It was really, really, really good.
Triple science.
Yeah, well, we have our education systems are going to be different, but basically what it meant was it was worth 3 grades instead of. I think triple would only just come in. Double was what I studied for the first year, I think, and then they move it up. But yeah, you would have a separate class for physics, for chem, and for biology.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
How do you know what school I went to? Domain?
Whoa! Well, how many schools are there in Miami? Maybe you just guessed it.
Maybe nah. He didn't get. I don't know. He wouldn't say NMB. He would say something else. He wouldn't. NMB is a term that we use.
So this is an old friend of yours.
In Florida, it's funny. It's funny because I remember getting my first one of my first comment from a guy who for some reason said, "I know you. I seen you from school. You suck, man." Or blah blah blah.
Really? What? On a YouTube video?
A long time ago. Yeah.
Really? Yeah. What?
I remember that, and I was like, "Wow."
Did you ever talk to him?
No, I don't know who it was, or if it was some troll or anything like that. Because you know how random things.
So there's a chance it was someone who didn't really know you at all from real life.
It's a chance, because
He says he took that class. Whoa.
Yeah.
It's crazy stuff.
It's weird. Yeah, but yeah. The continuation from the tweet. Oh, okay. The original edit of. Okay, all right. First, the the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game by Platinum is insane.
In a good way?
Yes, dude. Yes,
Really?
it looks amazing. Like Platinum games, they have a flair to them. I'm seeing now, even though I haven't played the original ones that got everyone happy, Bayonetta, but I really like them. I really like the way to do stuff. Of course, I'm gonna overlook Legend of Korra, but yes, they're pretty good at what they do. But yeah, it looks great. You guys can watch that in the background.
You did not like Legend of Korra.
The original, no, I liked it. It was just broken and unfinished. The ending part really made up for a lot of the crap that they put in it. It was the same thing over and over again. It was just a crappy game, but the end was just it was so hype, and I understood why they why people like Platinum games because of that ending, and that's why I try like Transformers. Transformers was great. Yeah. Like I can definitely see why everyone loves it so hype, and I played Transformers on hard, and
you really liked the hard mode on that.
Yeah, it was great. It's rewarding. I love games where you learn something and it rewards you. Like it's not hard in a way that it's unfair, and you just have to kind of you have to learn a sequence or something like I don't know. It's just done well. It's just done well. To move on, Metal Gear 2 edit for Patreon folks. Yeah, I will. It wouldn't be that much different, but the clip at the end will round the video better, I would say. But yeah, I'll upload it. I'll upload it just for you, bro. For the Patreon folks, I'll upload it. I'm already filming a video for the Patreon.
Some quality service right there.
Yeah. Just, I'll render it while I'm on the TOVG podcast and just upload it tonight. Well, hopefully upload.
Do you mentally call this podcasting night?
Podcast what? Yeah.
To yourself.
Today's
like,
podcasting day. Yeah, today's
podcast day.
I was almost lighting one of the last lasers in The Witness. I was like, man, I don't want to do the podcast right now. Well, of course I want to do the podcast, but I was just like, I really want to get this. Like, I'm at the last couple puzzles for the second to last laser in the game, and it's like, I just want to finish The Witness, Like, I wouldn't feel like, because I know everyone's been playing The Witness on TOVG, so I wouldn't be like, guess what? I beat The Witness, I want to beat it before any guides come out. Or
how long after this podcast ends have you got to beat it then?
If we end the next, couple minutes, I probably got a good 40 minutes.
You best look up some guides for it then, bro, I think.
There's no guides out yet. There's no guides.
Okay. All right. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I want to beat it before the guides. I don't want the guides to come out. I want to beat it before that happens. It's the same thing where everything happens in Guild Wars 2. I want to beat it before people put out ANET nerfs it. ANET nerfs it. Because how ANET likes to nerf things. Like I beat the story before they nerfed it. But anyways, that's it.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I think some good Q&A we've had there.
Yeah. I was just reading the guy's comment. He took the class. Yeah, I did. Yeah, okay. So we took I forgot the guy's name. White guy. He's very lazy. All he likes to do is sit behind his monitor, his laptop, and look at God knows what. There was a joke that he's looking at because he would smile sometimes when he's back there, and we were like, "What is he looking at?" And we used to joke about what he used to look at because he would just say, "Do this, and tell me when you're done," and we would do it and blah blah blah. But yeah, it was a super chill class. Loved it. Love. It was great to have this at the end of the day. Don't you love the super chill, having cooking at the end of the day and stuff? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It is the best. It's like school just gets 100 times better at that point. Especially after you sat in a room with a boring teacher. Oh my gosh, I had a crush.
Oh man, you're getting me all nostalgic thinking about that. Actually, that feeling, of having a really good class at the end.
Remembering science again, dude. There were some hot teachers in NMB.
That's not why you're supposed to like science.
Yo, you being a young dude.
You
Oh
can't.
my
Wow.
gosh. Well, you also love science. Well, I loved my English class because I had this teacher that just absolutely cared about her students. My gosh, man. Lady teachers are the best, I would say. There's some guy teachers are cool, but man, some lady teachers are just the best. I got to say that. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, there you go.
This goes out to you, Matt's high school English teacher.
Yeah.
Much respect.
I can't believe I remember Miss Nearin.
Oh, there's her name. Oh.
No, that's not the English teacher.
Oh, right, okay.
Anyways, guys.
Jiggle physics, that's scientific, right?
Oh my gosh. And with that, we will see you at a later date. That is Thursday, 4 p.m.
Next week on
VisualWood.
I'm getting Halo Online.
Okay.
Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel Air. In West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground is where I spent most of my days. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool and all, shooting some b-ball outside of the school. When a couple of guys who were up to no good started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got in one little fight and my mom got scared and said, "You're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air." I begged and pleaded with her day after day, but she packed my suitcase and sent me on my way. She gave me a kiss and then she gave me my ticket. I put my Walkman